What's going on, guys? So I'm doing a different setup today. My bike's down right now because I tried modifying it to get more fuel into the engine, and I fucked it over. I drilled out the main jet and tried to sand down the needle. Don't put your needle in a drill and try and sand it that way. Yeah, I snapped my carb needle for the bike, so that's out of commission right now, and the damn bike shop ain't open today because it's fucking 4th of July tomorrow. But that's alright because I got a new car, or more correctly, a truck. So I already tried making this video a couple of times on my new camera. New shit coming from that pretty soon. But yeah, so I got a 98 Ford F-150 4.6 liter V8 XLT supercab, for all of you that care about that. I have 200,000 miles on it, if you can even see that. There we go. And you know, it actually runs pretty smooth. So the guy who owned this before me, I bought this from a used car place, but the owner that they bought the truck from, he just replaced the upper control arms, replaced all the brake lines. He installed a K&N cold air intake. You should see the fucking filter on this. Holy shit, it's huge. I think he paid more in that work than I paid for the whole truck. I maybe paid a little bit more. But right now, I'm actually going to the store to get a new SD card for the camera. I don't think the one that I have right now is fast enough. So, going to Walmart, which is right down the road from me, and let's try and use that camera. So I did just get fuel in the truck. I got about 13 miles to the gallon, unfortunately. But what I'm doing, I put in some Deep Purple Max Clean fuel injector cleaner, and I put in some octane booster. So I'm gonna see if any of that helps clean up the injectors and get more fuel economy, more power out of this. I already did the Seafoam cleaner that you spray into the air intake. That actually helped out quite a bit with this high mileage. I was doing some speed tests, and I had like a 16.5 second 0 to 60, and after I did the Seafoam, I shaved off about a second, 0 to 60. So I did actually do quite a bit of work. I'm at Walmart now. Gonna be going in to get a SD card, like I said. Fucking bicycle is a scooter now. And back with you guys in a moment. And just like that, we're back. So I got the card right there. Got a 32 gigabyte, and so hopefully that'll be enough for that beast right there. Which, if you're curious, hopefully I didn't scratch the lens just then. So Canon, oh come on, Rebel T6. Got a really good deal on that. Just gonna plug my phone back in. Hopefully the whine of that fan isn't getting in the video. Roll down the windows because it's hotter than balls. We're good to go. Alright, so I don't know what to talk about. Alright, so here's the new camera, and here's the new truck as well. So it does have some minor rust damage, but for being 19 years old, still pretty good. These tires are actually pretty good too. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's like that much tread left in there. That's a good amount. And full-size bed, believe. I think this is an 8-foot. Could be wrong. I don't know. It does have some denting or something along there, it seems like, along with some minor rust over here. A little bit of damage there, but the rest of it is really good. It does have hydraulic hood. There's that pot filter that I was telling you about. There's my hand. The thing is fucking giant. But it is a full cold air intake. This thing is actually pretty warm. That doesn't do too much for the cold. And there's the throttle body, which I'm actually probably going to get a larger throttle body and a throttle body extender for this. I've already changed the oil. I'm thinking about doing a transmission fluid flush, all new transmission fluid in there. But other than, and also probably going to get new spark plugs for this. I'm going to check those out soon. I don't know how old the battery is, but it does seem to hold up very well. I did already clean out the filter. You wouldn't believe how nasty it was. I didn't put on the right amount of oil on this though. I might have to do that again. Put on some more oil. And also, it's the fan that's directly to the crank, so I definitely do need to replace that. I need to get an electric fan that goes onto the radiator and get much better fuel economy and more power, because switching from belt driven fan to a electric fan will add about like 20-ish horsepower and torque, 4 pounds of torque. And it is the 4.6 liter Triton V8. But other than that, take it for a ride, show you guys how well this thing performs. Of course, let's get that start up. It does start up very nice. Alright, well, without further ado, let's take you guys for a ride, show you how this thing performs. I mean, one thing for sure is that since I put in that octane booster and fuel injector cleaner, this does actually feel like it's driving from a dead stop much nicer. And with that cold air intake, it does have a nice deep intake tone. Alright, coming up to the highway. Let's try it. It's full throttle. and 60. And it does shift very smooth. I hardly feel the shifting. There's a point between 2,500, like around 2,500 to 3,000 RPM. Shifting is a bit rougher. It seems like it hesitates quite a bit there. However, highway driving is, for the most part, pretty smooth. There we go. Now you guys can see. Yeah, there's a semi up there. And going 55 right now. Oh, there's a couple of them up there. It seems like got a line of trailers and tractors and all the fun stuff. So I'll get back to you guys when I can actually be going 60. Alright, so we're currently on the back roads, going about 60 miles an hour. We are at about 1,700 RPM. It is very quiet in the cabin. There is, like, I could talk even lower than, like, I could whisper in here and my passengers would hear me. That's how nice and quiet it is in here. So if you're looking for a truck that isn't loud, this is actually very nice. However, I do want a truck that's kind of loud. So let's talk about my plans for this truck. And I know a lot of you are going to think I'm fucking retarded for doing it to a 200,000 mile truck. But I want to get some Shorty headers on here so I can get... Alright, let's talk about this too. I want to do these modifications to get more power out of it, but I'm also doing it to get daily driver power out of it. So I want below 3,000 RPM power. So that's why I want the Shorty headers. Those are meant for low end torque. And you want your torque and horsepower band in your lower ranges so that you get the most out of your engine at lower RPMs, which is where daily driver vehicles spend most of their time, is like 1,500 to 2,500 RPM. And then I am thinking of either some high flow cats or a cat delete, and then a Flowmaster catback exhaust more than likely. And also, turning on this truck is amazing. And like, I feel very confident at turning at fast speeds. Like my old sedan, I did not feel comfortable going 55 miles an hour around these turns. I felt like it was gonna roll over with how much body roll it had. This one, I feel like I could maybe go a little bit faster. But back to the modifications, I'm thinking of, as I was saying before, a larger throttle body and a throttle body extender, which helps with fuel economy. Down the road, I might, no pun intended, I might be changing out the differential fluid. I think that I want to do that myself. The reason why I'm not going to do the transmission fluid myself is because it is as I've heard, a pain in the butt to do, because you gotta drop the pan and then you gotta rotate the crank to get to the drain plug for the torque converter, and I just don't want to mess with all that. I'd rather bring it to a shop so that they can just pump it all out, put in new fluid. Also heard that it takes a couple hours for all the fluid to drain out anyway, so fuck that. It's going to cost basically the same amount for the shop to do it as it will for me to do it, and it'll take a lot more time for me to do it. So that's why I want to do that. Also, driving in these low ranges is the best for this truck, it seems. I don't feel shifting whatsoever below 2,500 RPM. and I noticed that my power is already pretty low for this. I think I get very good acceleration in these low ranges. Even when I give it throttle and it stays below that RPM, like below 2500, it goes very well. Another thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a coolant flush, and I tried to do that in my last car and it just wasn't going to work. I couldn't find the drain plug for the life of me. Fuck Chryslers. Those things are a bitch to work on, I've seen. And I have an older model too. I don't even have a new one to be complaining about. I'm sure those are even worse. Like, fuck. But I think that that'll be good for this video. Talking about all the things I'm going to be doing to the truck down the road and what to expect out of it. I'm probably going to have a lot more videos in the truck because the bike is down right now and it's easier to record videos with me talking in the truck than on the bike right now because I'm still working on getting a microphone for the GoPro. Let me know if you guys prefer video on the GoPro or this new Canon, because I want to give you guys the best quality video ever, whether it's something as easy as the GoPro, like Street Speed 717 does, which I do really like his videos, and he does it all on his GoPro, which I admire him for. Or if you want it on this Canon, which I can do probably a whole lot more on it, I just gotta figure out all the things with them. I just got this camera a few weeks ago, so I'm still trying to learn everything with it. I will be working on getting a whole lot more photos on Instagram, so I'll put my Instagram down in the description, and also put in the description all of my plans for the truck as well, so you guys can see, and I probably have some more that I didn't speak of in the video. But until next time, guys, remember, keep your engines loud. Damn, this thing ain't fucking loud. There it is.